answer your question. Yes, we are two adult women. And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him.
We're crazy.
Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under Biebs.
Hi! Hi, less lonely girls and boys and gender non-specific people. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Rosebud Baker.
Happy to be here. Thank you for coming at the cool time of 1 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We're all obviously very lonely. The podcast isn't working. So
I love that they had so much faith in us. They gave us a description of our own podcast.
Oh my God. Honestly, sometimes I would like that because I go, what did we say we were going to do? Because whatever we said we were going to do on this podcast, we probably have not achieved. But
no, we've achieved everything.
We've followed it. I mean,
we said,
yeah.
If you are not familiar with the podcast,
God help you. It's going to be a long hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long, weird hour for you.
It was born out of a mutual obsession with Justin Bieber, mutual adult obsession.
Yeah, this is an
Bieber.
adult Justin Bieber podcast.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
For mature adults. And we set out to meet him, find him, and
find is more accurate.
find, meet, and eat alive. And we found him within like
too fast. It was like episode 6.
It was way too fast.
Episode 6, you were following him on foot. I was in a white SUV. It was very OJ.
It was OJ.
I was on the Bowery in New York City just yelling Justin and then your name out the window. Because what happened was, all right, let's tell the origin story. If you guys don't know, obviously you're going to enjoy it again because it's a great story.
Yeah. We
were tipped off by the paparazzi, and we are friends with, singular, a paparazzo.
Is it paparazzi?
I mean, it's not paparazzi, that's multiple, but
right. Well, it was
paparazzo.
It was a paparazzi.
A paparazzi. Hey, that just sounds like paparazzi.
Yeah.
He calls himself a street journalist, but we know he's a fucking paparazzi.
Yeah. He was actually, he left TMZ. So he was we had him as a guest.
Yeah.
We were tipped off.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting, it was late at night. I was watching Handmaid's Tale in my pajamas. And I got a phone call. I got a text. I think it was from you.
It was, well, who else would have been? Of course it was from me.
I don't know. It might have been from him.
Paparazzi texted me. I was in the green room at New York Comedy Club about to go on stage. I go, time is of the essence, but I can't. I got to do my work.
Oh,
so I
right.
texted you. I go, how fast do you think you can get to the Bowery Hotel?
And I was like, 13 minutes.
Yes.
And I didn't even change out of my pajamas. I called a Lyft. Literally before I even texted you back, I called a Lyft.
Nice. That's why I like you.
And I got the ETA. I sent it to you, and I was in the back of a Lyft, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a journalist myself. And I told the Lyft driver, I was like, this is what we're out to do. Okay. I was like, you're gonna have to step on it because we are in hot pursuit of a male.
I hope you didn't say of a male.
I was like, of a male. He's in his 20s. He does move quickly because he might have a meth problem.
He'll be in hotel slippers.
Yeah. So we're going to have to fucking speed it up. So I don't know why, but he was like all in. He was like, absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah.
He starts telling me stories about like famous people he's met. I'm not listening. I'm like, I've literally never heard of another famous person except for Justin Bieber. So can you please wrap it up? And we get there. We get to the Bowery Hotel. Adam is there waiting.
Yeah. Adam's always around for famous people. I love that.
He sent the tip, and I guess he was just like, I don't know where he got it from, but he was already there within 5 seconds.
Yeah, I like Adam because he's a paparazzi, but he has the passion. Like he truly still enjoys meeting celebrities. He's not just in it for the bucks. He's in it for the love of it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so creepy.
I have a theory, though. I have a theory that paparazzi are actually time travelers, and that they, because of the way that they will hear something and then they're just suddenly like there. You know, it's the way that they'll just hear a little thing, and it's like the thought of the person just transports them to that person's location. I think they're aliens. Anyway,
It's very black. Well, they're all friends with each other, and like in New York, basically, like if you park in a place where you're not allowed to park for 3 seconds, you will get a $200 parking ticket. Like they know they also have that same mind disease that you just explained.
Yeah.
Police officers. Well, the ticket people. But when you are a paparazzi, you can park anywhere you want.
Right.
Like he sped up to the second location where we met Bieber.
Right.
On the same day, which you don't meet a celebrity twice in the same day because then they know you're following them.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
but
he just parked like this in front of a driveway, and I go, "You're gonna get a ticket. You're in front of a hydrant." He goes, "No, don't worry about it."
he just doesn't care.
No, because he said the cops know my car and it's fine. They know I'm chasing celebrities. He's friends with them all.
And the cops are cool with it?
Oh, yeah, no, they love it because they also love celebrities.
This is a fucking weird culture that we live in. I just need to say that. Also, I love that I was like talking about time travel and you're like, he also has a mind disease.
I mean, I didn't want anyone to think that I was on board
thought of
with
it
what
as
you
a
were
superpower,
saying.
but a mind disease is also another. Yeah, okay. By the way, it's fine for me to talk about time travel because I'm wearing tie-dye. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
So we get there. I get there. Adam's there. I was like, I didn't even know what to do. It felt like showing up for the birth of my child. I was like, do I go inside? He was like, they're in there. They're in there. It was him and Haley. They were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. They had just gotten back together. And I walked in. I was like looking around the Bowery.
I didn't know
hotel.
this part of the story.
You didn't?
Not this weird looking up around part. No.
Oh.
I thought you were outside and they came out. I didn't know you went in searching.
No. I saw them before they came out.
Woof. Okay.
I was looking. I was like, Nene, and I just like I crept through the Bowery Hotel. I found them by the bar.
And it's a very bougie hotel. Like when I also went there to stalk Eddie Izzard.
Yeah.
And I just pretended to be my own assistant.
I remember that.
And
you
then
weirdo.
they sent me to the service door. They were like, Get away.
They were like, please go around back.
Literally.
So I walk into the back bar. Justin is sitting. He's like this with his ass out, and I was like, sweet. And he was like this. And
that's such a Justin post. Like you really know his energy.
He was actually like this.
Oh, that's why we had those there.
Yes, and we have Justin Bieber masks if you're listening.
Imported from London.
And so I saw him and I was like, oh my God, it's fucking him, right? And I got so excited. I legit almost started crying and because I've loved him since he had bangs. Okay,
That's a real.
And that's
like
why I have them.
Yeah.
So
is that? I hope not.
no, but it's a better origin story.
I believed it.
So I go. I can't. I sort of froze up. I was like, I need a second to collect myself. I just saw the face of God, and I walked back outside, and I walked up to Adam, and I was like, He's real. And I was like, he's here. Like he's like, yeah, I told you that. And
he had also met him before too.
Yeah.
He's met him at several stages of his bangs.
Right. So we wait for, and I'm like, I have to wait for Corinne to get here. I can't just like, you know when you're like in a couple and you're watching a show together and then you can't like move forward with the show.
Oh, that was nice of you because basically the only thing I heard after I told you where he was I just received a picture of you with him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I forgot.
This is a different story.
Yeah. I was waiting outside because I was like, I gotta wait for Corinne to get here. Because I'm a good friend.
I was truly happy for you though because I was like, someone needs to fucking meet him.
Yeah. Well, I'm such a good friend that after. So let me say this. Okay, he comes out. I saw him and I was like, Justin, right? He just ignored me, and I know he was ignoring me because I've been ignored my whole life. And I was like, this is reminding me of my dad, and it's making me I want to meet you more. And so I was like, Justin, and he ignored me a third time.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly screamed. I can't explain what happened in my brain to make me do this, but I went, Justin! And he went, what? He got, and so I was like, I made him upset. I almost cried.
Well, Wow, there was 2 types of crying within 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I pissed him off. I ruined it. And I started spewing information about myself that he didn't want to know. I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian.
He actually really likes stand-up comedians, though, so that might have been your saving grace.
I thought so. Yeah, but he likes like specific ones. Like he likes Theo and he likes Chris.
D'Elia, yeah.
And and so I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian and I have a podcast about you, which is
that's the worst thing you can say to anybody. Because if there's a podcast going on about you that you don't know about, wow, you don't want to learn about it face to face from the co-host.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I felt like me being a stand-up was going to make him feel better about the fact that I had a podcast about him. Like,
it's goody, someone in the entertainment business.
Somebody who's going to be making fun of me. And I was like, and your mom listens to it, that was the third piece of info, which is a true piece of information.
I thought that was a good one.
Yeah,
that Patty listens.
Right, but I don't know how their relationship is. It's very up and down.
Yeah. Sometimes they're on like a romantic getaway. Sometimes they're not speaking.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's real weird. Did you see those photos, guys? Yes, you did. We talked about it episode 1, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's definitely got mom issues. Anyway, so I was like, your mom listens to it, and he still was like, and I was like, what else? I just was like, what else can I say to like turn the whole interaction around? And I was like, and I'm so happy that you guys are back together. And I looked at Haley, which was true. Okay. I was like, I really wanted them together for a long time. I thought they were.
No one.
And nobody's fighting me on this, but.
Yeah.
It was true. I was like, a lot of people were not into them. I was always a Haley and Justin fan. They're so cute together. I was like, I'm so happy you guys are back together. It's like the Notebook. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Like, I'm just. And he's like, thank you so much. He's like, she's the most important person in the world to me. And I was like, well, you guys like just got back together, so calm down. And he's like, you want a picture? Or no, I don't know if he said, do you want a picture? Anyway.
Or if all of a sudden he felt an arm wrapping around his neck.
Like, anyways, I'm really happy for you guys. And please calm down because it might not last and I'm still available. And immediately Adam is there with my camera. My camera is swept out of my hand.
More magic.
By an angel.
Yeah.
By a paparazzi angel.
Yep.
And he's like, and I take a picture between the two of them. And at first it looks like we're really close.
It does. I was like, this is a great picture.
Yeah. But then if you look at the body language, they're both doing an ass out hug from the side.
Yeah.
So they're both like really cute and close and smiley, but their bodies are like this.
See, I thought that was cute. I thought they were like doing angles, like you had discussed it.
Yeah, no, I'm just standing in the middle like I'm with Mickey and Minnie at Disney World. I'm just like, yay, my parents. And I'm older than both of them. So then they leave, and I was like, it's over. It's over. I sent it to Corinne, and she was like, oh my God, you met them. And I was like, yeah, but
life's all downhill from here.
I wanted her to meet them, you know? So I followed.
Yeah, she just kept on foot because they're celebrities, but they walk places. Like most celebrities would get an SUV. Justin just had some literally he had Adidas slides on, I think. And
he had for sure hotel slippers.
He only wears Adidas slides and hotel slippers.
Yeah. And he had just ditched his security guards, right? I got to stop burping on the podcast.
It's okay.
But yeah, he ditched his security guards, and he and so I followed them for a long time. I was sending Corinne updates about cross streets in New York. I followed them for so long, you guys. I was fully out of breath. Mm-hmm. I was like, how long are they going to go? This is forever.
And in New York, people like to walk a lot. Well, the thing is, I had gotten off stage, but after I texted Rosebud, I had texted another comedian, John Campanelli, and he had the white SUV parked outside the comedy club so that when I got off stage...
It was not a Bronco.
It wasn't a Bronco, but it would be more fun if it was.
Yeah.
I just ran off stage and got immediately into the car, and his sister was on navigation, and it was great. I mean, then we also parked in front of a hydrant, and I just just yelled, "I'll pay the ticket."
Yeah.
And I mean, but the thing is, if there's a fire and you're in front of a
yell out-
hydrant, they break your window and put the hose through it. So that would have been like, more expensive.
Yeah, but still worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
she yelled, "I'll pay the ticket" as she was jumping out of the fucking
I
SUV.
body rolled out of that because I saw you. We were literally, we couldn't track Rosebud down. We're out the window looking, and then all of a sudden we see you. We just went into the space. I body rolled out. And
Full
then
body roll.
and then I see Rosebud first, and then I look ahead, and then I see Bieber and Haley, and I was like, this is fucking amazing.
And I don't know why, because I was like probably 5 feet behind them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly Corinne got there and I got like really excited and I hid behind a wall.
Yeah.
But like it had been so obvious. Like people were asking, like I saw people passing them and being like, should we follow? And then I'd be like, no, I'm following them.
Yeah.
So like it was very obvious.
Yeah.
That I was doing this.
Yeah, because as they walked, it was like a weird like music video scene, like where the camera's going through and then everyone's like doing their little like extras moments.
Yeah.
And we're just like, get the fuck away. This is New York, act cool. Meanwhile, we're full on following them for miles.
Yeah. It was like, that's not what you do in New York.
But you can shame people into like thinking they should be acting cooler, so then you can then act uncool.
Yes.
That's the best thing about New
you
York.
can be like, what, are you going to follow him?
Yeah, you fucking loser. And then we just followed them.
It was crazy. But then there was a moment. So they turn into Miss Lily's.
We get to Miss Lily's,
which is a Jamaican
food.
restaurant in New York, and it's excellent. I know. I was taken there because I'm fucking a Jamaican guy. Anyway, so they go into Miss Lily's. I was too excited to eat, obviously. And also, Corinne brought up the fact that it would not be cool for me to go in a second time with her.
I go, yeah, you can't go in because then he's going to know we followed him for a really long time.
I know. And I was like, what's the problem with that?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten so excited that you lose your grip on reality?
She was being difficult. I was like, there's going to be an altercation. You need to stay out here.
I was upset. I was so mad. I was like,
she was specifically mad at John Campanelli. Like, you blamed him.
I can't be mad at you because you're my friend. So I was like, I was like, fucking John. I was like, why does John have to go in? And John actually like knows Justin.
Oh, meanwhile, John was like, he was the best part of it because they kind of know each other because John lives in LA and Bieber had gone to one of his shows. So Justin Bieber, without really any like cajoling, gave John his real phone number.
Yeah.
And I was
that
like,
was another reason why I was like, fuck John. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? All John did was show up for work. I followed him for like 8 miles.
You did the hard labor. We appreciate it.
I mean, it's fine.
I got excited even just hearing that again.
Me too.
That was such a magical day.
It was one of the most beautiful days of my life.
Yeah. So I think what we're saying is if you have a celebrity that you like, don't feel comfortable stalking them. Like, it's fine. You can absolutely do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that stalking is maybe the word. My manager said to stop using that word specifically, but.
That's like the best one.
Celebrating. Celebrate your favorite celebrities through on-location visits that they don't know about.
Yeah. I love that.
It's all in the words, guys.
You know what? I actually like visits more than...
Visits is so scary.
Visit your favorite celebrities.
Oh, my Lord.
Because it feels like a haunting.
I was going to say, that's the ghost of Christmas past, future, and present.
I know.
It's all Rosebud.
Okay, well, stop using, you call your lawyer, you're like, okay, we won't use stalking.
Yeah.
How's haunting? Is that cool? You know what I mean? Because nobody's going to be able to make sense of that.
Haunting, it's illogical. It just feels like a true crime podcast then.
Exactly.
And those are more popular.
Yeah.
Than this very niche. Yeah, anytime I tell anyone who works with me what I'm doing, they go, well, that's not going to make you any money. So that's what I like. That's when I hear that, I go, we're on the right track.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically... That's to let you guys know what this is about.
And kind of gives you a vibe of who we are. Like, raise your hand if you just walked in here because you had an extra like credit on your pass thing and you're like, this seems fun. No one? Everyone was
okay. Okay, cool.
Okay.
3 people.
Do you regret it yet or Just
Okay.
if you could just maybe raise your hand at the point during the podcast which you regretted, so we can give ourselves.
That would be
notes.
amazing.
Yeah.
That way, they actually, yeah.
If we
I'd
don't
love
say
that.
it, just make a noise or something. It's like boo.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with that.
Right.
We're fine.
And we encourage you guys to share, what you have, what the crazy shit you've done to like meet celebrities too, because there is like this weird thing in our culture where we do worship them as if they are gods.
Right.
And it's weird to be like following them and obsessing about them and doing a podcast about them when we're both in entertainment and trying to live and living.
yeah, it's a terrible
public-
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely like the worst idea. But it's cool,
Oh, I love it. This podcast has brought me so much joy.
Yeah, same. And it's and kind of like a glimpse if things work out, it kind of gives you a glimpse into the future a little
like
bit.
how we're gonna be canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a more fun way to be canceled. Like if I was canceled for stalking, I would be like, fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, I could get behind that.
Yeah. Don't even try to tweet in our defense. We deserved it.
Yeah. We were trying to haunt people.
Yeah, I liked it. Too many visits. So wait, does
Visiting
anyone have a
hours
crazy
are
story?
over. I could see that now.
Does anyone have a crazy story that they want to share with us about something really weird you did to? I love it. You were so ready.
You got to
Can we-
come up.
Or we could pass the mic
It's
if they.
good. Oh yeah, we could pass the
we
mic.
don't. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Oh, thank you. I was like, just someone do it.
Yeah.
Someone who paid to see the show. Can you
Right.
also
Yeah,
work
yeah.
at it? Can you also work at it? Thank
Yeah.
you.
I met Justin.
You did?
Yes.
How? And
It was
yeah.
It was like 2008. It was before he had really hit big. About 2 months later, he was on Oprah, and everybody went crazy.
2 months later was his
Yeah.
Ricky Martin cup
Yeah.
of life moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
He, I was working in a doctor's office in Stratford, and he came in. He was
What was
super
wrong with him?
short. He was super short, and he kept doing this.
The
you
hair
know, when
flip.
had to flip his hair.
Yeah.
And he had to get a vaccine. And
That's
so
good
the,
to know.
the
He's-
doctor had arranged for him to have it, and then when it was time, his mom came with him. He had all these little bratty kids that came with him too.
He had an entourage?
Yes,
At
like just young people he was hanging out with,
No.
or like his siblings.
teenage boys. who
Oh,
were
his
buddies,
friends. Okay,
yes.
yeah.
And then when it came time for him to have the vaccine, he got scared and he ran out of the office and he jumped in a cab and took off. And his mom was calling him and his friends were calling him and they're going, Justin, come back. And so he did, after maybe 45 minutes, an hour, come back. And he got his vaccine. I did not give him the vaccine. Another nurse gave him the
really
vaccine.
need to hug the mask.
Wait, this is making you feel for him? I was like, well,
I love him so much.
I'm so glad we traveled to Toronto to lose all respect for Justin Bieber. Meanwhile, she likes him more now.
I'm like, God bless you, Justin. Don't you take shit from anybody, even if it is a vaccine. That's amazing.
That's a great
That was about it.
story.
And
What was the vaccine for? Can you tell?
I probably should keep that confidential.
'cause I
But
was-
Damn it.
everything else I should not
By
have said
vaccine,
either.
she was just
But,
like, she really meant cure for STI.
So it was. He was about 14, so I would assume it was probably hepatitis B or something like that, because that's when they
Is
give
that a
it
14-year-old?
in,
Oh, okay.
in Ontario.
Right.
Okay.
And but I had no idea who he was. Like after he left, I said to the other people, I said, "Who is he?" And
You were
and
rubbing
then-
elbows with a legend. You had no idea.
Yeah, but I mean, this came out handy now, so
Yeah.
so that was it.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank
That
you.
is a beautiful story.
That was more than I could have hoped for. We
You
love.
can pass it back up if you want.
We love an exclusive, and also
I mean that's as exclusive as it gets. That's medical records
Right.
exclusive.
see. I love that story exactly because it's just like them in their everyday life. It's like those celebrities. They're just like us.
Yeah.
I love that.
They're just like us. They run from vaccines.
Oh, that was
I just
great.
love that because it's like it tells you something about who he is as a person.
A wuss.
You know, where like
Oh, I'm sorry. Rosebud's gonna be like sensitive,
he's very sensitive.
adventurous.
He's like a little rabbit. You know what I mean? If you come at a rabbit with a vaccine, a rabbit's gonna run away.
I mean, if you come at a rabbit with anything, they're gonna run away because you're a human.
That's what I mean. I feel like
toward a rabbit.
Justin is like that. He's a rabbit, and humans come at him, and he's like, no! It's amazing. He has like so much energy. He's
just like a rabbit.
Just like a little rabbit. I just think he's so cute. He probably has a tail.
I could see that.
Yeah. They probably like giving him a vaccine for his tail. They're like, if we give you this, your tail will fall off.
Well,
and
there
he's
was
like, no.
When they thought he was going to, when there was the rumor that he was a lizard person, people did say that they saw him with a tail, but it was a reptile tail though, not a fluffy cotton tail.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with the lizard controversy.
That's it, the tail?
It's just that they're trying to make him a lizard. I'm like, he's way cuter than a lizard.
Okay, well, I don't think you get to choose what animal you turn into. It's not like an episode of X-Men.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think if we're living in a fifth dimensional reality, and reality is, you know what? I'm not going to go into it. Oh no, I dropped it.
Fuck.
I dropped the mask.
Can you get that? Or
it's.
We've just staffed the show.
Yeah, I know. Does anybody else have any stories about like Justin specific?
Or it could be any
curious if they're
celebrity. Just one we're going to be
stories.
impressed by. Don't come up and bore us.
It is our. Okay, come on up. Just come up to the thing. Yeah. What's your name? Julie. Give it up for Julie, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were the volunteer before. Oh, you weren't? Oh, okay. Sorry. Face blindness.
Women,
right.
they all look the same.
You're good. You can just it's town hall style. We're
Hi,
like
everyone.
the king and queen.
I'm so excited right
Welcome.
now.
This is like the Hunger Games. This
It
is
really
great.
is. So he's actually from London, Ontario. So he goes back every now and then to visit his family.
I love how factual. Like this is like a book report. I'm already weirded out.
True.
I love it.
All this is true.
So he went to our local mall, Masonville Mall, dressed in like a ball pin onesie, and he thought no one would see him.
Like okay.
A
It's
what?
ver- it-
A ball?
Like you
Like
know,
bowling?
balls. Yeah, it was like if you Google it, you can see it.
A bowling pin onesie.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's the best way to
Keep
describe
telling the
it.
story. I'll pull this.
And he was just walking around like nobody would notice him. And then he went into West 49 and my brother saw him. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's Justin Bieber. And he was like, shh, and just walked out. He just walked out. And that was it. He just
That's
left.
fucking beautiful.
It's very strange.
That is great. Give it up for you guys.
Thank you.
That is, and you know what's crazy about that story is my friend Kim, our friend Kim, she's a comic, and and she met Justin while wearing a dinosaur onesie, a full like furry costume, right?
I didn't know this.
She did. She heard that he was in LA and she chased him down. She was wearing a dinosaur onesie and she heard that he was in this shoe store. So she got in a cab and she went to the shoe store and she runs in and she's like, "Justin, hi."
Oh my God.
And she's like fully out of breath with like a tail behind her, like a full tail, and she's holding the mask under her arm. She's like, "Hey, I just came to meet you. I'm a huge fan." And he's like, "Cool." And this is how she describes it. He leaned back and he was like, "Cool." And then she's like, Can I get a picture?" And he goes, "Why are you wearing that?" And she goes,
Hypocrite.
"I don't know." Full hypocrite.
Ugh.
It's like, I wish she'd known that story because she could be like, "Why were you wearing a fucking bowling pin costume on May 18th of 2013? No. So she goes, "Oh, I don't know." She fully just didn't answer. Like, she just didn't give him the answer. And then she goes, "Can I get a picture?" And he goes, "No." And then he walked away, which is so funny to me because Kim's like super hot. Like she's a hot.
She's sexy, but I mean, I don't
She's a
know.
sexy
I
lady.
mean, I don't know. Like Emily, whatever her last name is, I'm not even saying it anymore. Ratchetowski could show up in a bowling pin costume. And the thing is, though, I think it's even weirder because if it was an average-looking girl in a bowling pin costume, I think I would be more comfortable. But the fact that like a really hot person showed up, that to me says they're unwell, and I would be more scared. You know?
Wait, the bowling pin costume?
Yeah, so like I think the fact that Kim is hot worked against her in this because I mean she wasn't wearing a bowling pin, whatever she was wearing.
Oh yeah, dinosaur.
But she was wearing a dinosaur onesie. So then the thing is like, so if it was like if it was like a 7, I would go, they need the money, they're doing an event. But if it's a hot person doing it, like a super hot person like Kim, I would go, oh, okay, well, she's mentally unstable.
Well, yeah, she is.
But then that's why Justin said no.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
And also when you're Justin Bieber, I don't think hot girls impress you anymore because you have all the hot girls. Honestly, I can't find this costume, and all I'm figured out is that Justin Bieber goes fucking bowling a lot. I have so many pictures of Justin actually bowling, and I'm like, that's not the content that I want.
Those are always during the times when he's sober, because that's all you can do when you're sober.
Oh, man.
I can say that because I am, and I've gone bowling more times than I'd like to.
I'm just from New Jersey, so I have too.
Wait, is it big in New Jersey?
We're just bored, so I'd spend a lot of time playing pool and bowling. Also, I don't know, like Jews are also really into bowling for some reason. So my whole family bowls, and like we have our own bowling balls with our names on them. And my cousin's like on the bowling team at our school, and like there's.
Do you want to? Are you sure you want to keep telling this?
My dad's really good at bowling. I thought it was cool. Because I really love that movie Kingpin. Okay, this is going on a tangent. But
yeah, I was like, the more she says, the worse it gets.
God, do you know what the keywords that I would Google? Because I know you've looked it up. If it's a white hoodie, I'm going to be mad. She's like, no, he kind of looked like a bowling pin. It's just a white hoodie.
It's just his body shape. We're like, okay, well, now we're body shaming.
Oh, so what did you Google to find that? Okay, it almost looks like a nun costume.
No,
with the Adidas stripes on the front.
It truly is just like it's a onesie. It's like those blankets that have arms? What are those things called?
Snuggies.
It's a Snuggie with 3 Adidas stripes down the middle and a hood. That's it.
Thanks for your help. That's why she works here and you don't. So
yeah.
It's not a good look.
Somebody else raised their hand though about the Justin. They had a Justin story. I felt like did somebody else raise their hand,
or a celebrity,
or it was
story.
the guy in the back being like, "We're freaked out now."
Oh yeah, are you? Oh here, over here.
Yeah, come on up.
Should you? Can you? Will you? So many.
Well, it's not about Justin, so sorry to disappoint you, but it's a
fine.
technique on how to stalk celebrities that I've come up with.
All right, that's acceptable.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it's not stalk, it's haunt.
Haunt, sorry.
Visit.
Haunt.
I don't want to die.
I like haunted.
I don't want to die.
I like the metaphysical, like, okay.
So I was trying to find Kendrick Lamar, and he was going on tour. So part of his tour was also coming to cities with pop-up shops.
Right.
So then I was at work because I have nothing better to do at work. And I listed all of his tour dates, all of the cities on like a spreadsheet. On
Oh
Excel.
my God, this is what I do when I try to open for someone.
Yeah, I hope Excel comes into this, and it always does.
So every time he'd hit a city, he would also have a pop-up shop. So I had like a spreadsheet, city, pop-up shop, time of day that the pop-up shop was, time that the celebrity might appear around the pop-up shop.
Do you still have your job?
She seems organized.
That's crazy.
So I started seeing a pattern. Okay, every 2 pop-up shops, he would actually show up and impress the crowd and be like, "Oh my God, Kendrick Lamar's here!"
Ooh.
And then I would see that pattern. I'm like, okay, so this one he showed up, this one he didn't, this one he didn't. So it was every 2 pop-up shops he would show up at around 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh my God! This is wild. Do you guys understand the dedication that she put into finding this man? You are the FBI. Do you work for the FBI?
I want to. Everyone tells me I should.
Are you serious? You want to? Oh my God, that's great.
So
please present this story during the interview.
Yeah. You will get the job.
So I had Toronto on the list, and I was like, okay, Toronto is one of the. He matches the pattern. Like he's gonna show up in Toronto.
It's all about the pattern.
So I'm like, boss, I need a day off. I have to take my grandma to the hospital. That's what I told him.
Wow.
Oh my God, this bitch killed off her grandma.
Yeah, you came in. You're obsessed with death. Maybe the grandma just had to go to the hospital.
Oh, sorry.
Bless my grandma.
That was such a strong lie. Yeah. You could have gone to the doctor, but your grandma's going to the hospital.
Yeah, and it was like haunting my mind a little bit. Being like, oh my God, I really hope nothing happens to my grandma after this. But I took the full day off because it was like a Wednesday.
Yeah, you need to. You commit to it.
Of course. And then I went to the pop-up shop, and when I got there was a huge ass line, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm by myself because nobody's crazy enough to do this with me. So I'm glad that you two are friends because I have nobody in my life who would do this.
I've made fake pizza deliveries to people's houses that I had crushes on.
Great. So I'm standing in line and I'm like, this better work because my Excel sheet, my technique, like everything, I put so much work into this. It's like a month of me stalking. Oh, and I forgot to mention, to confirm what time he would show up, I would, on Snapchat maps when you can like go and there's like a lot of activity, like I would zoom into the Snapchat map where the pop-up shop was.
Wow.
And then people would obviously be like filming Kendrick. And then I was like, okay, at 1 p.m. he showed up. And then I kept doing that.
That's a good tip.
So I was telling people in line my story, be like, I think he's going to show up around now because and I didn't want to seem too crazy, but I made some friends there. And then
I legit need your information. You need to do research for the show.
Yeah.
At 1 p.m., Kendrick didn't show up, but Travis Scott showed up.
Ooh.
So I was like, oh my God, I saw Travis Scott, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, but Kendrick needs to show up. So he was a little bit late. He showed up at 2 p.m. and walked right by me. And I have a video on my Instagram of me just saying, Kendrick!
Yes.
Oh,
my God.
What we will do for the celebrities that we love.
That was awe-inspiring. I feel like I just watched a shooting star.
That was fandom boiled down because look at all the work she put in just to have him walk by, and you're satisfied with that, right? Yeah, I figured you were.
You're totally good. See, that's where I wouldn't be good with that. Like I'm like, can I unzip your body and climb inside of it? That's what I want. There's like, I think maybe that's the addict thing, but like I fully am like, yeah, no, let's merge. Like let's merge.
I've never
energy.
felt like that with anyone.
I won't be satisfied until I'm disappointed in them.
Oh, right.
You know what I
that's why
mean?
I keep a distance. I get nervous. That's why, like, I probably could have met Victoria Beckham by now, but I get scared.
Yeah.
Every time. Do I know which hotel she stays at in New York? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
in a weird area, Tribeca, I wouldn't think it. But, she does it.
She lives in Tribeca?
No. She doesn't live in New York at all. But when she visits, she stays in Tribeca, which I just thought was a weird choice. I would think Soho because she's fashion.
Yeah.
One time she stayed in Herald Square, and I was like, which is like by like Macy's and stuff. And I was like, are you doing okay, or do you need? Do you want me to Venmo you something? Or?
She's like using a hotel room to detox. That's like, honestly, that is the trashiest place.
Yeah, it's the
For
worst.
her,
It's the
trash.
worst area. I wouldn't even if I saw her walking down the street, I would be like, oh, I'm not a fan anymore.
Yeah. Herald Square is the public pool of New York City. Like it's like for her, for a person like
For
her.
anyone, for me, I don't even like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like a step below Times Square.
Yeah, there's not even any place decent to eat there. Like the best thing to eat there is like an Auntie Anne's pretzel from the Subway.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's
Wild.
disgusting. Wild. Anyone else have any crazy stories they want to share before?
I
we
mean, it's
move
tough
on?
to follow that. But
Yeah, it's tough to follow. Kendrick,
You got one?
well, now we want to
It's
know.
okay.
So.
You got to have the courage of just get in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can she have the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
What's your name? Ashley?
Now she feels uncomfortable.
Okay, give it up for Ashley.
I have
everybody.
I have a crisp Canadian 20 in my wallet if you want. After the show, I feel like you've earned it. Yeah. What's your name? Carla. Okay.
Carla.
Thank you for your assistance.
She came
Carla.
to yesterday's podcast too. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
This is just something weird I did the other day. It's not Justin related, unfortunately, but I'm kicking myself because there's actually a picture of young Justin in my high school yearbook because before he was,
Did you go to fucking high school with Justin Bieber?
No. So I went to high school in Ottawa, which isn't too far from where he grew up. And
Why did I say that like I didn't know he was homeschooled on a tour bus?
Yeah, I mean, we
I
all
just got
know
so
he has very
excited.
little education.
Anyway, yeah,
I'll
he
send
can't
you guys
spell.
a photo later if you guys see it because I'm like so pissed that I forgot it. But people like went on a field trip to the town that he's from, and he was just like performing on the street, just playing his guitar, like singing. And there was a picture of it just like on the like Stratford vacation, like field trip in our yearbook, and he's just there. And then I just remember because like every once in a while, my friends and I look at our like yearbook and like laugh and whatever. And then
Crazy,
one
so
year we were
relatable,
like,
yeah.
holy shit, like that's Justin.
Yeah.
And he's just singing in the background on the steps.
He's just sitting on the steps somewhere, playing his guitar and singing, just
That's
like
what
busking.
like in like Never Say Never, how they have that
Yeah.
old footage of that.
Yeah.
But this is like this was way before, because this is way before he was famous. But anyway, so that's the little Justin anecdote. That's not why I raised my
love
hand.
that.
But
That's
I'm so mad. I would have showed you guys the actual yearbook. But anyway, so my weird story is a couple days ago I went to the Jonathan Van Ness show.
Yes.
And like in terms of that like manic excitement, like that's kind of where I was at. And before the show I needed a chocolate bar, so I went and got one. And like I don't know if you guys have like been to a corner store around here yet, but like
I picture me like, I don't know if you guys have like eaten chocolate, but
yeah, I don't know.
it's pretty crazy.
No, but like they're wild, you gotta try it. But like Nestle here is like way better for chocolate bars than in the States. And like for all the main like chocolate bars, they make Halloween packaging. And so I just went to go get myself a chocolate bar, but I noticed that like the Kit Kat bars here, which are really so much tastier than American ones.
We get it.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
B,
They really are, actually.
not to rub it in, but
Well, that's the only thing. Everything else, we're like, does it have taste, or do we?
Yeah.
Need to,
Don't shit on.
do we
Stop
need to
shitting on
import
Canada.
salt?
no,
it's
it's
my
fair.
favorite thing.
No, it's okay. It's a lot of people's. But on the Kit Kat one, there's a black cat on the packaging. And Jonathan Van Ness, if anyone else is also a fan, like he like is obsessed with his cats. And I was just absentmindedly, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna grab him the chocolate bar. And then I'm like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, what am I doing? But like I get to the theater.
You couldn't stop yourself.
I know. Again, like it does not top a spreadsheet, but
No, I like this story a lot.
Yeah, I like it
So-
too. Because it came out of pure impulse. Like
yeah. I was
weird
just
as fuck,
excited,
yeah.
and then whatever. Anyways, and then so I have a VIP pass for JFL. So like for headliners, someone books your seat for you.
Okay.
So I didn't know until I got my tickets like what my seat was going to be. It turns out it was front row.
Ooh,
Front row center. When I got there, it was front row center, and I was like, whoa. And then I was like, shit, do I really have to give him this chocolate bar now? Because I kind of did it, and I was
This
just
is remember all going on in your mind. So
this
you
is all
didn't
in my
have to-
mind. Like I
you
was
didn't
alone.
have to do it. Yeah.
I went there alone. I'm here alone.
The pressure we put on ourselves.
I know. Well, because I don't know. I was just like in my mind. I was like, it's the thing I was gonna do. So I just was like,
Oh, yeah,
gotta
we get
follow
it.
through.
And when it's a celebrity, it feels like it's like God. You're like,
Kinda.
it's like God telling you. You're like, well, I'm here. I
that's
mean,
honest. Yeah.
And
like,
you were
brought
chosen by
gifts.
the seat. I would just assume I was like, I was chosen.
I don't know. That's kind
Yeah.
of what it felt like. I felt very compelled to do it. I asked a couple friends. I was like, is that too creepy or is it kind of fun? And they said, do it. And then I didn't during
Because
the
they
show-
weren't with you. They were like,
They
yeah,
weren't
do
with
whatever
me.
you want.
They're like, yeah, let's see how this goes. Again, yeah, I was alone. So there was obviously no point during the show, and I didn't want to like be rude and do anything like that during his show. But he's so sweet. Like after his show, like again, he was headlining, so he was at the Sony Center, like Meridian Hall, and it's a huge theater. He stayed and walked along the front of the stage, and people rushed up, and he was just shaking people's hands.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess I gotta do it. Like this is it. And so I went up, and I was like, and then I like kind of similar to you, like babbling to Justin. I was just kind of like, so this had a cat on it, and I thought of you, and I thought you would like it, and it tastes a lot better than American ones. Not to be rude, it just is. You got to try it. And then he was like, oh, thank you. He was just being really sweet, and he looked very sweet. I mean, he could have been terrified,
Yeah.
but he was also freshly like red-faced and sweaty from his show. He does
Yeah.
gymnastics and stuff, so I couldn't tell if that was fear.
He does
or
a
like
floor
excitement.
routine. Yeah.
So like whatever, I took it, and then and then he like kind of just held my hand for a bit and was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Oh, "Okay," and then
he was like, security.
I know, I couldn't tell. I will never forget the look in his eyes, but I will never be able to interpret it. Anyway, so then I just turned around. There was like all these people, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then I was walking away, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I did it!" And I like, and I felt bad, so I just in my Instagram story was like, said thanks, and I was like, I forgot to tell you that you did a great job, because he was saying he was nervous and he's still learning stand up and everything, and I was just like, forgot to say you were doing really great. Sorry I spent so much time explaining the Kit Kat bar, but like you did a great job. I enjoyed it. Thank you. And I was hoping he'd maybe at least see it, but he didn't. And that's the end of my story.
That's amazing.
I want you to tell every story
Round of
from
applause for her.
now until the end of
Yeah,
time. That was fucking
You
awesome.
can hand her the mic. Now everybody thinks you work here.
I'm actually gonna
I
have to pay Carla. Yeah.
I have I have one story that I
Is this another thing you didn't tell me?
yeah, this I didn't do this consciously. Like it was like but it's a Jonathan Van Ness thing.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it's embarrassing. So I love Jonathan Van Ness. I don't watch Queer Eye, but I like Jonathan.
I
Like,
love him,
I've
but
watched,
not enough to watch his television
listen,
show.
I've watched the show. It's not like
You get it, yeah.
I get it. I get what they're doing. It's a great show, but I'm just like, don't care.
You sense a pattern, and then you're like, Kendrick, you're fine.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I'm like, I get it. I see what they're doing. I appreciate it, but he has star power. Okay, he's got something. And then Karamo, I pray every day that Karamo will be straight again.
Was he straight previously?
No. Well, no, he was with a woman.
He was closeted, you mean.
He was closeted.
You go. I hope that he represses his sexuality and is unhappy again. Yeah. That's my wish for all the people I love, too.
No, I just No. I just hope that somehow his sexuality transforms and he's into women again. I hope that it's a genuine transformation and that it happens, and
I want to hire you to be my publicist because you really flipped that.
I do come from a political background. So, no, but I do. There needs to be a 12-step group for women, straight women who love him. He's so attractive. So, anyway, Jonathan, I watched him at Clusterfest, and he was great. He's so fun. You know what I mean? And then I saw him Instagramming. He was jogging, like he was like staying in shape while I'm on the road or whatever. And I was like, oh, he's here. And somewhere in the back of my mind, it just felt completely normal for me, because we'd been at 2 festivals together, for me to go, hey, I'm also here. You want to go for a jog with a stranger?
Yeah.
I just wrote that to him. And then
Did you put with a stranger?
Yes. Let me read you the message. I'll find the message.
Oh, God.
It's not good, Corinne.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Oh, wait. Okay, so while you're looking for that, did I tell you that Zadie Lentz messaged me again?
Okay, by the way, that's Justin's preacher.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm like talking like, so if you don't know, Zadie Lentz is Cara Lentz, like a legit pastor who is Justin Bieber's pastor at Hillsong. I call him Zadie Lentz because I was taken aback at how hot he is, and I've called it to him too, like on Twitter, and he doesn't mind. He responds and obviously slides into my DMs, even though he's married and a man of God. I mean, not sexually, but like it's weird that every time, like even the first time he followed me and messaged me and then started listening to the podcast a little. He said we're gonna hang, so he will be on the show. Out of nowhere, he emerged, and I was having such a bad day, and I go, wow, like you really are a man of God, because I felt it, like I needed him at that moment, and he came, and then I said that to him real creepy.
Sorry.
I said it real creepy. I was like, you made me believe in God again because I was having a really bad day. And then he responded seriously, even though that was like a crazy person thing to say. And he was just like, yeah, the Lord works in mysterious ways. But he meant it, and I was being sarcastic, so.
I mean, that's crazy.
I know.
Is he gonna come on the podcast or what?
Oh, why would he? He just keeps coming in. I mean, unless he's like,
he's sort of playing hard to get. Though
it's
annoying.
He pops in every now and again. He's like, I want to make sure she still likes me, but I'm gonna keep stringing her along, and it's working.
He is a Scorpio.
Oh my God, he's so hot.
They're fucked up. Okay, Corinne, I just texted you a screenshot of the message.
Oh, I have to read it.
It's.
For legal purposes, she doesn't want to be recorded saying what she said, probably.
This is okay. No, you don't have to read. I'll read it. I'll read it because it's embarrassing, and I might as well be the one. No, you know what? You read it. It's better if I'm embarrassed.
My favorite part is that there's also another more part that you didn't send.
I know.
Like a fucking lunatic.
The part that I didn't send is complimenting him on Queer Eye. I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, do I send that I like Queer Eye? Because I don't like it that much.
So first of all, she's responding to a specific photo. So like there's a weird like half naked photo of Jonathan doing some like curb steps or something. And she replies, "Hi, Jonathan!" exclamation point. "My name's Rosebud. I'm a comic performing at JFL 42, and I was at Clusterfest as well." Wow, a real braggadocious energy there. If you're at all interested in going for a run with someone you've literally never met, I'm going to be here till the 24th and could use a buddy because I hate running by myself. And then she has this part that's unsent. So, I mean, does it show you like you're still typing on Instagram? I don't know if it does that on there.
It probably does. It looks like I've been typing for 4
forever,
days.
yeah. And then she would, and then in a separate message, she was starting to write, also, I absolutely love you on Queer Eye.
And I just was like, you know what? That's not genuine enough.
Yeah.
And I just decided not to send that part. Like
Right.
the part that would have been
Genuine
nice
was that you're unwell and
and
wanna run
normal.
with him. Yeah. Uh-huh. Normal? That's not normal.
Like I love you on Queer Eye is like a normal thing to say.
that part. Oh,
but
that
like
part's
an
normal, yeah.
invitation to go running with a
Not-
stranger.
Not normal. I mean, it could have been normal, like, hey, I'm on the show too. I love jogging. If you want to meet up, like, it could.
That's what I thought it was.
It could have been normal.
In my mind, that's how
Rosebud.
it came off. In my mind,
it could have been normal, and it was not.
but I know. But I realized that while you were telling your story, I was like, oh no.
It had it had all the potential.
I remembered, and to be honest, my memory of it while you were telling your story was way better than what she just read. What she just read is like a pen pal.
Yeah.
I wrote it like I was 13.
Yeah.
That is embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure he remembers it, honestly. I think probably when he seemed distracted about with the chocolate thing, he was probably thinking of you and the running thing. It's like that that was weird.
And to be honest, he did probably see it because you see your DMs. Like, if you don't follow the person and they go into your other folder, you can see their DM and they won't know that you've seen it.
Oh,
so
I usually don't see the ones like unless I'm following the person. He probably gets a lot.
I read everything. I'm a psychopath.
All right, well.
And somebody just goes, I agree. Fucking Patton Oswalt up here.
Oh my God, yes.
No, you're right. Anyway, so he this is embarrassing. He probably saw it, and it's
well,
probably
if he doesn't remember it, I'm gonna 100% bring it up if I ever see him, which I'm gonna make myself see.
I hope
him
you
now.
make him search it, and then just be like, just so you know, the part that she didn't send was that she likes you on Queer Eye,
which she doesn't.
I do. I do,
Don't
but I was like,
backtrack.
don't
We
say,
all heard it.
Listen, I like Queer Eye.
Don't
I
fucking
see what
backtrack.
they're doing, and I like it.
So you like him? Do you listen to his podcast? What of his art do you consume?
Like, not much. I just like him as a person. I would
But you
go
don't,
for a
but
jog
you
with him.
literally don't know him, as you told him.
Truly, all I wanted was to like go for a run with him. Like, that was all I want. I'm like, I don't want to like, collaborate. I just want to hang out, and that's like how I feel.
Okay. Well, it's mediocre. It's a mediocre energy you presented.
I just forgot how famous he was.
Yeah. Well, happens to the best of us.
Fuck.
I mean, I did it. That's how I felt when Marilyn Manson asked me to touch his penis, and I said, in a consensual way.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to tell that story. I told it on the podcast. It was hot though.
You got it. You can't just like breeze over it though.
Well, because we told everyone already. They listen, and if they didn't, I'll tell you guys privately when I'm sure you want more of the podcast that you didn't want to come to.
Are you uncomfortable yet? Not yet. All right.
Who's your favorite celebrity? That wasn't fast enough. Okay. It's like, I know, like at that point, the delay, I know you don't even mean it. Mine's the Spice Girls.
He could mean it. He's probably just giving himself a second to be like, do I really
know
mean
your
it?
favorite celebrity? It's on the tip of your tongue at all moments. Go. That was pretty fast. And I can see it in your face almost reflects that. Like, yeah, I feel it. I can see the energy. It makes sense. It's like people who start looking like their dogs, like you start morphing into your favorite celebrity. Honestly, like I always bring in a picture of Victoria Beckham to my hairdresser, and like I feel like I've started to morph into her. I've gone Demi Lovato, but there was a period when I was like really Victoria Beckham. Okay. Oh wait, okay, so the initial thing is right now, season 2 of Rosebud and I, inspired by my trip to London to see the Spice Girls, are creating our own pop sensation group because manufactured pop isn't given the respect it deserves in 2019. Yeah. We've been hearing too much of like celebrities like opinions in their songs, and we're like, can we just manufacture it because it was a lot better when we didn't hear your actual thoughts, you know? So we put together a group called Me Also. A lot of fans in the room. Yeah, I feel the energy. Hopefully
We've written
it's
3
more than
original
that.
songs.
They're really good. You guys have heard them if you've listened to the show. We have Tears in My Pocket, I Want to Go Home, and what's the third one, guys? Conspiracy Theory. Oh, You and Me, You Plus Me.
You Plus Me.
Conspiracy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
They
Fuck.
are genuinely pop songs.
Well, yeah, one's better than the next, honestly.
Yeah.
And so we said if anyone here wanted to possibly be like, I guess, an maybe maybe we could start building a pop group in Canada. Did anyone want to sing today? Because we did promise people if they wanted to sing and kind of audition for like the Canadian version when we do that, we could make it. Or, I mean, and always just please keep in mind, there was a Spice Girl named Michelle. We don't know her today because she was replaced by Jerry Halliwell, but you never know what could happen.
Right.
So,
she fucked up.
Yeah, we could fly you in. Could anything.
Michelle fucked up.
Michelle fucked up, yeah.
So don't be Michelle.
Don't be a Michelle. Her name alone says I wasn't ready for stardom. So
True. She
Sorry,
probably
any
spells
Michelles
it
in
the
here.
most boring way, too.
What?
She probably spells it a boring way, too.
Just the right. MICHELLE.
There's no, like, accents above the E
No,
or
it wasn't like
anything.
Michelle. No.
Yeah.
Just 2 L's. Just like, shh.
Snooze
So no
town.
one wanted to sing. That's oh, you did? Oh, I
She's
thought
like, no, I was itching.
No, and I was looking and I was just like, oh, but you work here. But I mean, absolutely, I don't want to take an opportunity away from you. But
Are
she
you
was
giving
just
us a
being
5?
like, please only do 5 more minutes
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is too much. They've actually asked to leave.
Do you want to sing?
Yes.
Okay, you want to do that. You want to
You look
discuss
familiar.
a
Have we
Bieber.
met before? Oh my God! Wow. Okay. Hi.
Okay, all right, cool. No dissertation. We don't have time.
That wasn't about Rosebud or Bieber, so she didn't like it.
Yeah.
Can you come in and we'll discuss? Come up.
Yeah,
There's so many mics up here. We'll figure it out.
yeah. Come on up to the stage.
Oh, are you wearing a Demi Lovato shirt? Oh, I love this. This is great. Lovatex. What were your thoughts on her Instagram pool picture showing the cellulite like the brave bitch that she is?
I mean, amazing, because
Yeah.
everything she does is amazing.
That was the right answer. Mhm.
Yes.
I just like her because she's a heroin addict.
Well, I've seen her every single time she's come to Toronto since 2012, and she was supposed to come 3 days before her OD.
Yeah.
But then obviously,
Well,
See,
that
yeah.
they do tend to
You know,
conflict.
They knocked the wind out of you. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But Bieber. So honestly, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you guys because
Oh, shit.
because I will let you know why. So I tweeted at you guys a while ago, and I was tweeted back. This is why I have the bone. So
Fuck.
I tweeted at you guys because I wanted
I'm
you
getting my
guys to
nicotine
discuss.
lozenges.
I wanted you guys to discuss on the podcast about when Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy Bieber, tweeted about Justin's dick. And
I didn't see
Rosebud,
this, did you? Oh,
Rosebud
okay.
tweeted back at me.
Yeah, I
and
didn't see
said,
this.
And said, oh my gosh, we're about to have the Jeremy Bieber episode. And then I was like, okay, dope. So then you had the Jeremy Bieber episode and you didn't talk about it. And I was like, well, damn.
Why
Because
didn't
I
we
thought
talk
that
about
was
that?
like, yeah, exactly. That was my question.
Well, now
So-
it's about you because this is your thing. I didn't even see this. So your wish came true, Rosebud. Fighter.
Listen, all I can say is we had to be on morning TV this morning, and I fell asleep at 4:30, same time as Corinne. She showed up. I didn't. That's why we didn't talk about Jeremy Bieber and Justin's dick, because I don't remember shit. I don't. Because I'm not like I'll get excited about something, and then the next thing I'll walk down the street, I'll see something that is more exciting to me, and I'll talk about that. You know what I mean? So, and also, like, you go to a podcast,
You get distracted,
You're more
yeah.
like structured.
Yeah.
I really like.
I could have a regular job. I don't know why I do this.
Yeah, I mean, she could kill it on Wall Street.
Yeah.
If I was on Wall Street, they would actually put me away. You know what I mean? They'd actually be like, all right, you're causing people to lose
You
their
would like
houses.
spill coffee on the buttons.
Yeah, everything would be gone. So I'm not trying to use the whole like what is it when you plead mental illness or whatever?
Insanity.
Yeah, I'm not trying to plead insanity, but I am insane. So that's why. That's
so
my
wait,
excuse.
okay. So if you guys don't know about Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy, he basically he looks like he's from Florida.
He
That's
is.
the general energy.
That's so right.
It's like if a 7-Eleven was a person.
Thank you.
Is Jeremy Bieber? Do you guys know what 7-Eleven is? Like okay. I was like, I should have gotten more laughs then. That's fine. I'll let it slide. But so wait. So I don't even know what happened. Do you know the full Bieber? Because I don't know this actual.
Yeah, hold on to the
anecdote.
mic.
Well,
We're gonna
I will
need you for the
enlighten
rest.
you.
Yeah.
This was a few years ago. This was like back in the Jelena days, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's obviously Selena Gomez and Justin dating. If you need to follow.
So, yeah. Oh no! So this is when the paparazzi took a sneak picture of him walking outside naked, and those photos were released. And then Mr. Bieber tweeted something that was along the lines of like, "Oh wow, son, what do you feed that thing?" And then he's put hashtag.
And he's fucking both his parents.
Here's
Ew.
the best part was the hashtag. The hashtag was like proud father or proud dad or proud papa or something.
Here's
like that.
Here's what I can't stand about Jeremy Bieber though is like he's clearly like the kind of dad where it's like he wasn't in Justin's life at all until Justin got famous, and so him tweeting like what do you feed that thing is him being like, yeah, that came from my dick. Like that's him trying to make Justin's dick about him, just like he's trying to make Justin's career about him. Just like it's gross, like him being like proud dad. He's a narcissist and a gross person, and it's almost like maybe that's what it was. Maybe I thought about it and I was like, fuck this guy, he doesn't deserve the attention. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, you still had the full episode about him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know
But
what?
I
Thank
still
you.
love the both of you.
Thank
You know what?
Well,
Fuck
I'm not,
this
I'm not
audience.
even
I'm out.
involved, so I didn't even see
Well,
this.
Guys We Fuck put me onto you, Rosebud, when you joined their episode, and then made me a fan of you, and then you guys had a podcast, and I was like, yeah.
And then we did the Bieber episode, and then we didn't talk about the dick, and then we know who's the responsible one. Out of us.
Exactly.
Right.
We've never not known
We've never
who
not
the
known.
responsible one is.
But now it's stated on the podcast, so everyone knows.
Yeah, I hope people know because I don't want people thinking that I am.
Okay.
It's, you know what I mean? It's like I don't want that. The responsibility of people thinking I'm
the
responsible. Is,
if even
I didn't get into stand up to fucking know anything. That's not. Or, you know?
Maybe that could be JFL's little like motto for next year. Maybe they could put that on the swag. I didn't get into stand up to know anything. Rosebud Baker, one of the 42. Okay, so anyway, we got to wrap it up. Thank you so much. That was
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
Thanks to everyone who participated. The stories were fucking phenomenal. Honestly, best, most well-behaved, most respectful audience participation I've ever had.
Yeah.
And so Canada, you rock. And what's making you less lonely this week?
I think this
You were
episode,
gonna
this
say that,
was
so
great.
I couldn't say it. I knew it.
Yeah, sorry, but we can both say it. I think this was an awesome episode. I'm like so psyched that you guys brought these stories. We now know Justin escaped from a doctor's office, showed up in a store wearing a onesie, an Adidas onesie. Like a step-by-step guide on how to legitimately stalk celebrities on an FBI level.
It was so good.
We're really, this was incredible. Thank you guys so much for coming.
We did it. I think, and then I was like, I'll do something. I was like, what's making me less lonely this week is I've never told this to anyone, so I'm telling you guys, and I know it's on the podcast, but like, it's fine.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you, what's making me less lonely is the website instastalker.net, because everyone's always asking me like, Corinne, like, how do you still look at all your exes' profiles on Instagram after they block you, and also their their new girlfriends block you? And I go, I'm pretty good at the internet. And it's instastalker.net. You can see everything that they post and also watch their stories without your face popping up. You're welcome.
But for the purpose,
things got real weird.
incredible.
I had a 1UP XL over there, so.
And for the purposes of this podcast, it's InstaVisit, okay? Just for today.
InstaVisit. Guys, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming out to Feel Less Lonely, girls. Hope you had a fun time. If you want to say hi, we'll go mingle and smell
we'll be
popcorn and
outside.
stuff.
Yes,
Guys,
we
you're
are
awesome. Thank
two
you. Have a great rest of
adult
JFL.
women.
Bye.
And yes, we love Bieber, and that's why we're publicly stalking him. We're crazy. Hey! Maybe he's what America needs. One nation under beams. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We're gonna be two less lonely girls. We love Justin Bieber, and let us be clear, we're not being ironic at all. Hosted by Corinne Fisher and Rosebud Baker.